Hey, welcome to the next session on coping with the holidays. This is an important one. We're going to talk about financial stress. Yep, that's a big one. All right, most of us go into the holidays saying, I'm not going to do what I did last year, right? I'm not going to overspend. I'm not going to then have these huge bills, credit card bills that come due in January and make me feel horrible. But most people do it. Now, financial stress and time stress. Those are two of the biggest things we're stressed about holidays. So let me ask you to ask this question to yourself. You can think about it. You can even think about it for a few days. But which do you have more of right now, this year? Time or money? Now, I know for some of you, you're going, neither. I have neither. I've actually had a lot of those feelings most years. I have no time, I have no money. But the truth is, at any given time, you probably are a little better on one than the other, right? And I know, at least for me, I have had Christmases, holiday seasons when I am working so much that I have absolutely no time. But usually if I'm working that much, it means I have at least a little bit more money. And then there have been holiday seasons where I had no work at all around the holidays. Yeah, that was super stressful because then I had no money, but I had more time. So we got to decide what you have more to work with. Now, okay, I know it may not be an abundance of either, but what do you have a little more of this year? Time or money? Okay, if you're a person who has more time, you're low on work, you don't have a full-time job or a very demanding job, then you're going to focus on things that don't cost a lot to bring joy into your holiday season. All right, we're going to talk later when we talk about gifts, but know that you're going to cut back on your spending this year by investing more time. And the truth is, people enjoy gifts more if they're done with thought. Yeah, most people will tell you, I want a gift that somebody really, it indicates they really knew who I am or knew what I wanted, that they put thought into it. I know that's true for me. Now, I'm not saying that the really expensive gift isn't nice, but it's not necessary for most people. You know what? Even children. Oftentimes, it's a simple gift, well thought out, maybe even a handmade gift, or making someone their favorite cookies, or even doing something really meaningful for someone. An activity or spending time with them that can be the most rewarding gift to give. So you can cut back on your financial stress by using what you have more of, time. Okay. And if you are a person who's saying right now, okay, I have more money than time, I'm really working hard, then consider managing some of your stress of time by just spending a little bit more money. Now, don't go into credit card debt, but simple things like we're going to talk about food and cooking in a bit, but you can actually buy some parts of your dinner pre-made. They taste great. And ladies, if it's you, nobody even has to know. Okay, if you're a man and you're not a great cook and it's really delicious, then people might figure it out. But who cares? Delicious food, everybody loves, whether you cooked it or not. Also, there are things that you can do to manage the time if you have more money. You can hire people to shop for you. You can hire people to gift wrap for you. In fact, if you're not a good gift wrapper, I'm not. It's going to look much more beautiful if it's wrapped by somebody in the department store. Pay a little extra for that. So there are ways that you can offset your time crunch with by spending a little extra money. Now, I know it's really hard if you're feeling stressed with both things. So again, let me reiterate. Things don't have to be expensive and they don't have to be perfect. So in your mind, stop beating yourself up that you don't have a lot of time or a lot of money to give. A little time, a little money can be just as meaningful. So again, change that expectation that you have to give an expensive gift for people to really recognize that, or that you have to invest a lot of time. Let me mention a few more things about time. You have to think about cutting back on things that aren't essential. So I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to pick 3 things as we're talking about stress in the holidays that are really important to you. I'm not talking about to your kids or your spouse or your parents or your extended family or even your friends or your boss. You. What's going to make your holiday really special? And I don't mean also not a new fur coat or a diamond ring or a new car. I'm talking about what can you do at the holidays that will give you a sense of gratitude, joy, and satisfaction. I'm going to tell you, I have really simple things. I want to spend some romantic time with my husband. You know, we both work and are busy a lot, and I just want to spend some romantic time alone with him. I want to spend some time with my kitty cats. They de-stress me. And when we talk about my stress management, I'll probably have one of them join me because that makes me happy. They bring me great joy. And then I want to do a few things that are really important to me. And I had to go through this a few years ago when I didn't have that money that I was talking about. I actually love giving gifts. Gifts are my love language. For some of you, gifts just stress you out. But I actually love giving gifts. And so for me, I want to give gifts. And that part was something I didn't want to cut. Now, there are other things that totally stress me out, like Christmas cards. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that later. But there are things that I could cut off of the list that just didn't bring me much joy in doing them. And usually I found when you don't have joy in giving, whether it's a Christmas card, making a great meal, or giving a wonderful gift, it's going to cut back on the joy that people have in receiving it, because it's what really comes from your heart that gives people joy. Some of you love decorating. We'll talk about that. Some of you adore cooking and making wonderful meals, or even baking and making those great cookies, wonderful pies, or delicious cakes. So what is it for you that brings great joy? Okay. And I also want to suggest that you do one event. Maybe it's a movie you watch, a play you go see, a special meal that you go out to a certain restaurant for, but pick something that is going to put you in the holiday spirit. I have certain holiday films that I have to watch. If I don't watch It's a Wonderful Life at least once, then it doesn't feel like Christmas. And if I really need to laugh, I have to watch Elf. So pick a few things that are going to make your holiday season great, and then make sure you do those. Put those on the top of the list, because it's going to mean your holiday is less stressful because you've done something that really matters to you. Hey, before you go, if you found this helpful or you really liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and tell your friends.